Alright, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there preaching his word in truth and sincerity. So I just wanted to touch on this article real quick. And Salakia, if I, my sniffing a lot, like my nose is runny and everything, a little sick and all that. But I wanted to go into this article real quick from RT, and the heading says, "It's pedophiles born, not made, claim could see child molestation as a sexual orientation." Now, this is something that, we all known was going to come to happen at some point in time, just like how they did with being a homosexual, at one point, like what, a couple of decades back, all right, it used to be known as a mental illness. Then it became accepted. It wasn't classified as a mental illness no more. Now it's to where you see it at now, where it's like being pushed on the masses of the people, and it's totally accepted and embraced in the society now. Versus when it was something that was shamed and looked down upon. Now you're seeing the same thing play out like that with this pedophile stuff. All right, now they're trying to say like, oh, they're born like this, they're not made like this, just like they say about sodomites and everything. They try to say the same exact excuse, saying that they're born like that, they're not made like that, and whatever other weak ass excuse Esau creates. All right. It's all madness and bugged out. Yet you can see this. You already knew that's where the society was headed, and you see it getting there. This place is just getting worse and worse in wickedness, man. All right, and that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai has to hurry and destroy this place, man, because it's just getting to a point now where it's just going to be normalized to be a pedophile, pretty much. Now that's going to be classified as a sexual orientation instead of something that's disgusting and that should be disgusting and looked down upon, man. The dudes should just really just be put to death, man. All right. Same thing with the LGBTQ people, man. Yet that's something that's embraced and accepted in a society, man. And why is that? Because the wicked are in rulership. All right. They're going to be pushing everything that's contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and everything that's wicked, man. That's what's going to be pushed here and accepted. All right. Now, I wanted to get a scripture real quick before I read the article, and I'm going to come back. I want to start with this. This is Job 9:24. "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he?" Now, we know he covered the faces of the judges, the prophets. He turned Yahweh Shai image, made it look like an Edomite. All right. So he already covered the faces of the judges in the scriptures. All right. And he has control of the whole earth, man. He's the one that want to make this shit happen right here. That you see in the heading, all right, and that this article is speaking on. The same guy that's in control of everything else. Of course, he would want to make this happen because why? His spirit isn't upright. That's in him, man. Like it says in Habakkuk, second chapter. All right. So you should expect him to do things like this, pushing perverseness and wickedness, man, on the society and on the people. All right. So I'm going to read some of the article. It says, "The brains of pedophiles are hardwired from the womb, and nothing can change them, according to a study by a prominent doctor." All right, and the word doctor means to falsify. All right. But it's continuing on. It says, "Will this research serve to give child sex predators more rights than their victims?" And that's basically a rhetorical question because it's going to lead up to that, man. It says, Dr. James Cantor, a neuroscientist at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, has triggered controversy with a recent interview in which he argues, based on MRI brain scans of convicted child molesters, that pedophilia begins in the womb. Strangely, however, no brains of infants or children were examined in the study. At one point in the interview, it seemed that Cantor was being too kind to positive pedophiles, as he politely refers to those individuals who refrain from acting upon their unspeakable impulses. Cantor argues there is a difference between a so-called positive pedophile who has committed no crime and a sexual predator who has violated a child. There's nothing about a pedophile. There's nothing about a pedophile who has never touched anybody, never watched child porn, has a sexual interest pattern he didn't ask for, and can't get rid of. What did he do wrong? Catcher asks, what am I blaming him for? And then show you right here what he tweeted on, you know. And it says that comment seems fair enough so long as the sexual deviant is able to control his unnatural urges and not harm anyone. And let me see. I'm gonna jump down a little bit. Yeah, I'm starting in the next paragraph. It says there has been an active campaign going on for years, and not least of all in academia, to categorize pedophilia not as some kind of sexual deviancy worthy of society's harshest opprobrium, but rather a sexual orientation. In other words, in the very same ballpark as the LGBTQS crowd. I've taken the liberty of adding an S for straight since this group tends to get sidelined these days. This appears to be just more identity politics where sexual predators, the purported victims of nature, are entitled not only to a special ranking in the camp of sexual orientations, but to our sympathy as well. The mainstream media has also been actively pursuing this line of thought. Yeah, so they're trying to make it normalize it pretty much, and I'm not gonna read the whole article because it's kind of long, but you could pretty much see where it's going. You know, when you jump down here to some more of this dude tweets, how it mentioned that it's going to be basically like labeled as a sexual orientation or a sexual preference because they're trying to claim that you're born like this and all that. This is what he tweeted. He said, "No one is advocating for sex with children. I'm merely pointing out that no one picks what they are turned on by, and that it includes pedophiles. They did not decide to be pedophiles, they are afflicted with it. And the more we help them come forth to get help, the safer all are." And then further on, he said, "Take what you just said." He replying to some dude from the other tweet he posted. He said, "Take what you just said to its logical conclusion. If pedo committing abuse wants help to stop, you don't want him to come in to get it. Being a gender is not what puts something in the list." And pretty much, he pretty much saying that he's pretty much just, man, trying to justify it, man. You know, pedophiles, whoever this Dr. James Canner dude is, man, the same one who did this research saying that it's the MRI scans on them saying that it's something they're born with, and not what they become. It's just more madness, like I was saying, Esau using to justify the wickedness going on, man, especially dealing with pedophilia. And you can see, and it goes when you like I said, I can read the whole article, but when you go further down and start mentioning that sick kid, all right, that sick shit Desmond, the little Edomite kid, and how they're pushing it on the children and everything in the schools. So it's showing you that this is the actual agenda of the so-called white man that he wants to push, man. First it was the LGBT stuff. Now he has all that out there. Now he's pushing that on the children. Next thing in the door, all right, they already do bestiality and stuff, but they just don't really talk about that. The next thing in the door is pedophilia, and after, once you get that in there, everything is acceptable, because that's like the last the last really thing to add in there, because that's the only other thing that's not acceptable in society right now, so to speak. Yet they're transitioning it to the point to where it can be acceptable, man. All right. So the next scripture I want to get is in 2 Ezra 15:6. And it says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." And you can clearly see that wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. All right. And going back to Job 9:24, why has it polluted the whole earth? It's because the one who's in control of the earth is actually the wicked, man. It's these Edomites, all right? They're the ones who makes it cool to be a sicko, pretty much, man. Whether you want to be LGBT, a satanic worshiper, committing adultery, whatever you want to do in wickedness, they embrace all those things, man. All right, and it's acceptable in the society, and you're encouraged to do those kind of acts. All right. Now this is another act that they're trying to push on the people and make it acceptable. Basically saying it's acceptable to be a pedophile, man. all right, and mess with little kids when that's not okay, man. And that's why this place has to be destroyed, all right? Like it says, its wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. And you can clearly see that, all right? It has polluted the whole earth because now this is just going to spread to everywhere, man. You already got the LGBT movement all across the spreading all across everywhere. Now this is going to be the next thing. And we've been saying that through the spirit, you know, brothers and apostles been saying that like a while back when the LGBT stuff started being accepted and then now it's being embraced. We've been already seeing this coming, man. And like it said that in the article, mentioned it, it's been in the works for years behind the scenes, you know. You got what the 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 Pi the organization, the NAMBLA, the, you know, Man Boy Lover Association, all these different groups and stuff behind the scenes that are have actual pedophiles in there, you know, that don't actually get brought out to light, but they have whole organizations, and you know they're getting funded, you know, nothing but a whole bunch of rich Edomites, all right, Edomites in high positions of power in those organizations. And this all that stuff ain't being mentioned, you know, never being brought up in any articles or in the media. But if you Google it, you can find all that stuff that's out there about these different organizations that are legally set up, that are have known pedophiles in them, all right, where they basically they're all good. They ain't all in jail, all right. They're all just basically doing stuff that's making working getting it to the point to where laws are being passed to make everything acceptable, like the article is going into, man. That's just going to be the next step, man. Esau making it acceptable to be a pedophile in society, man. All right. And the next scripture I'm going to end off with is in Matthew's, the 24th chapter. Yeah, it's Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And this is part of the reasons why the Yahweh Shem Yahushua has to speed up the destruction here, man. Because Esau, his wickedness is just getting out of control, man. All right, he want to corrupt your kids. All right, he want to corrupt everyone in the world. All right, he want to just make everybody complete demons, man. That's why he has to be just taken out of power, man. And his place just has to be destroyed ultimately, man. All right, going back to Second Ezra's, you know, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. All right, and the wickedness is only getting worse here as Esau continues to rule. So he has to just be brought out of power, man. All right. And he's going to be brought out of power sooner than later. Yeah, so I just want to touch on this article real quick, like I was going into. It's long, so you want to look it up and read the whole thing, you could do that. It's on RT. That's the name right there. But yeah, this is the next thing they're going to be pushing, man. Basically, making this acceptable. It's not going to be a something to be ashamed of or look down upon anymore, man. This is the next thing, because LGBT stuff, like I said, that's already cool. That's acceptable. So this is basically the next step. All right, and it's all thanks to your your Edomites, man. The Edomites. All right, so-called white man. All right. Yes, you got our people that still want to be here in America, man. Be here living with pedophiles and shit. Hey, so with that, I'm gonna just wrap up and give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders. And Shalom Tala Akim out there preaching his word in truth and sincerity. And Shalom.